He was laughing. With someone else. An omega. Pretty. Small face, soft scent. Not like me. I stood behind the tree near the cafe. My hands cold. My scent trembling, leaking without control. I covered my neck. Pressed my palm hard where my gland was. But it was no use. He smelled it. Even from across the street. He turned his head slowly. Smile fading from his face. I didn't wait. My legs moved before I could breathe. I ran, through crowd, through noise. My heart loud in my ears. But even in wind I felt it. His scent, thick, hot, dark cedarwood and rain. I could never forget. He was in rut. No, not now. I turned into an alley, panting, my heat suddenly rising, too fast, too early. My vision blurred. My knees weak. I shouldn't have gone outside without blockers. But I didn't think I'd see him. Not today. Not like that. Not holding someone else. I pressed my back to the wall. I shook. My scent got sweeter, sharper. I hated it. I hated how my body still wanted. A shadow fell over me. Still running? His voice, low, rough. I didn't set move. I couldn't set. He stepped closer. All the wall behind me felt too small. The air around us too full. His scent surrounded me like smoke, like hands. You set her in heat. I set not yours anymore. My voice cracked. He leaned down. His breath hit my neck. My gland pulsed. You never stopped being mine. I pushed him. Weak. He didn't set move. I looked up. His eyes weren't angry. They were hurt, possessive, and something darker. I whispered, "Why are you here?" He stared. Then he said it, slow, like it was a confession. I never left. My knees buckled, but he caught me, strong arms, familiar hold. I should have screamed. I should have run. But I didn't, because 2 years ago, everything changed. Back then, I was just surviving. Working late shifts at a bookstore, living in a rooftop room with broken windows and silence. And I didn't want attention, didn't want alphas, didn't want anyone. But he walked in, raven, tall, black shirt, hands in his pockets, smelled like storm after fire. He didn't talk much, just came in, bought the same book every week. He watched me. I knew I felt it every time. One night, I spilled coffee on him. My hands shook. He grabbed my wrist before the mug hit the floor. "Careful," he said. His hand was warm. My wrist stayed red for hours. I thought that was it. But then he came back. Again, always watching. Always close. One evening, power went out. I was locking up. He stayed behind. "It sets dangerous to walk alone," he said. I said, "I'm used to it." He didn't reply, just walked beside me, in silence. Every street lamp felt colder than his scent. When we reached my door, he stopped. "You live here?" I nodded. He stared at the rooftop window, then said, "Next time you stay at mine." I laughed. "We sitcher not anything." He didn't set laugh back. "You will be." I didn't set sleep that night. My dreams were full of cedar and thunder. Days passed. Then, weeks. One night I came home early, door half open. My heart dropped. I walked in, nothing touched, but his scent was everywhere, faint, like he'd been there hours ago. I should have been scared, but all I felt was warm and wrong. We started seeing each other more. No label, no promise, just touches, glances, silent dinners, long stares. Then heat came. I didn't tell him. I hid.
Took pills, blocked scent.
But he showed up. His voice outside the door. "Open." "No." "You stir hurting." I sat against the door, my body shaking, my hands cold. "I subtle lose myself," I whispered. "I settle lose you if I wait." Silence. Then the door creaked. I thought I locked it. Maybe I forgot, or maybe... He stepped in. I looked up. His eyes weren't human. His scent hit me like a wave. He kneeled, touched my cheek. "I want sit mark you," he said. "I just want to help." He leaned in, pressed his lips to my neck, right above my gland. I gasped. His tongue was warm, too gentle, too slow. He licked, once, twice. I arched back. Tears fell from my eyes. not from pain, but from knowing everything would change. He didn't set stop until I passed out. When I woke up, he was gone. No note, no scent, no trace. Just my body, sore, my neck, burning, and silence. That silence lasted 2 years. Until today. Until I saw him with another Omega. Laughing. Like I never existed. Like I wasn't set the one he held through rut. Now his breath was against my throat again. His hand pressed on the wall beside my head. I waited. I whispered. You left. He said nothing. Just stared at my gland. Then, I said I'll make you remember who you belong to. And I knew. This wasn't set over. It never was. The first time I saw him, I spilled tea on his chest. It was stupid. My hands were shaking because I skipped lunch again. The tray slipped. The tea soaked his black shirt, steam rising like I'd burned him. I gasped, panicked. Am sorry. I didn't look up at first. I was too scared. But then, silence, no yelling. Just the sound of breath. Low, steady, too calm. I finally lifted my eyes. He was staring. Not angry, not surprised, just watching me, like I was something unfamiliar, something important. Dark eyes, sharp jaw, wide shoulders. But it was his scent that hit me. Subtle, clean, but with something dangerous beneath. Like smoke before fire. That was the first time. The next day I saw him again. Outside my apartment building. Same black shirt, same eyes. He nodded. I nodded back, thought it was coincidence. Then he was there the next evening too, leaning against the railing when I came home. I didn't ask. He didn't speak, but his scent lingered long after he left. A week later, my sink broke. I told the landlord. An hour later he showed up. I fix. You said, the repair guy? No. He didn't explain, just crouched under the sink, sleeves rolled up. His scent filled the kitchen. Warm, smoky, heavy. I stood awkwardly, holding my breath. My gland throbbed under my collar.
Anne.
I turned away. You live alone? He asked. Yeah. He didn't speak again, but his fingers moved slow over the pipes, like he wasn't really fixing anything, like he just wanted to stay. The sink worked fine after that, but he came back. 2 days later, said the wiring was unsafe. Then again, said the stairs were loose. Then again, said the roof leaked. But it wasn't set raining. Each time, he stayed longer, sat on the floor while I cooked, watched me from the balcony. His scent changed too. At first it was faint, respectful, but then it got thicker, more earthy. Like he wasn't hiding it anymore. One night, I made soup. I offered him a bowl. He didn't eat, just watched me eat mine. I asked, Don said you like soup. He replied, you smell sweeter when you eat hot things. I choked.
Coughed.
My spoon dropped. He didn't laugh. Just stared, like it was fact. Not flirting. That night I couldn't sleep. My pillow smelled like him, but I knew he hadn't touched it. I still washed the covers 3 times. But the scent didn't set go. I started noticing things. My door was always closed tighter. My groceries never ran out. The cat from the alley stopped coming near me. His scent was there, on my scarf, on my keys, even on my books. But he never crossed the line, never touched me, never forced anything. Just waited, like a shadow, like a storm outside the window. One day I came back from work. He was standing outside my door again. Same black shirt. You stir waiting for someone? I asked. He didn't blink. You. I swallowed, looked down. Why? You forgot to eat. I blinked. What? What? You skipped lunch. Your scent sits thin. I didn't do what to say. He held out a paper bag. Still warm. Soup again. Eat. I took it. My fingers brushed his. My skin burned. He didn't move. Thanks, I said quietly. He turned, walked down the stairs. That night I ate alone, but my chest felt too full. I touched my gland. It throbbed beneath my skin. Days passed. His presence became normal. Then came the rain. It rained for 3 nights. My roof actually did leak this time. I called no one, just sat under the drip, tired. But he came anyway. No umbrella. Clothes soaked. You stir sick? He asked. No, I lied. He stepped inside, took off his shoes, walked to the roof like it was his home. And he fixed it. I made tea. He sat near the window, wet hair dripping. I handed him the cup. Our fingers touched again. This time, he didn't let go. Your hands cold, he said. I pulled back. I set them fine. He didn't argue. But his eyes, they were darker that night. His scent changed. No longer quiet. It was claiming. I went to bed early, locked my door, curled under covers. But even behind the wall, I could feel him. My heat hadn't come yet, but my body ached like it would. I touched my neck. My skin was too warm. His scent was under it. I dreamt of him. Not touching, just watching, holding my wrist, whispering my name. When I woke up, I was sweating. And he was gone. But his teacup was still on the table. I didn't wash it. That day, I finally asked his name. He said, Raven. Just that. And I smiled. Like a fool. Because somehow, I already knew. We stopped speaking. After that night, after he looked at me too long, after his scent lingered too deep, we just stopped. I stopped messaging. He stopped coming. The door stayed locked. My windows stayed closed. But my heart never did. Sometimes I would walk past the hallway, hoping his scent still touched the air. But it didn't. It vanished. Like he never existed. Like it all was a fever. But then, my heat came. Early. Too early. It crawled up my spine like fire under skin. I knew it wasn't normal. I took the pills. I shut the blinds. I turned off my phone. I locked every door. I put towels under the cracks. But I forgot one thing. His scent memory still lived in my pillow. And my body remembered him. My scent, thick, desperate, spilled into the air. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop me. I curled up on the bed, pressing my palm hard over my gland. And then, bang, the front door. My breath stopped. No one knew where I lived now. No one except him. I crawled off the bed, stumbled to the door. I didn't want him to see me like this. I didn't want me to see him like this. Please, I whispered to the air. Dawn set, but he was already inside. The lock had snapped. And there he stood. Soaked wild. His eyes, they were red. Not angry. In rut. His scent slammed into me like a wave crashing through fire. My knees gave out. I fell to the floor. He walked to me. Slowly, like a predator that didn't need to run. I told you, he said. Voice low, hoarse. Not to run. My vision blurred. I shook my head. Please. Not like this. I didn't want it this way. Not like this. Not in heat. Not when I couldn't say no. Le trap saying. But he was already kneeling. Already leaning in. His scent coated my skin like warm oil. He didn't touch my lips. He didn't kiss. He went lower. To my neck. To my gland. I froze. His breath hit the spot. Warm, deep. He inhaled me. Slow, too slow. Then his tongue. Soft, gentle. A lick. Right over the gland. I gasped. Not from pain. From knowing. Knowing this was it. The moment, the line, and he crossed it. I clawed at the blanket. My legs weak. Body melting under him. He didn't stop. He licked again. This time deeper. My body arched before I could stop it. Tears fell. Not because I was scared. But because I still wanted him. Even after everything. Even after silence. He didn't mark me. Not yet. But his saliva soaked into my skin. It would stay there, for weeks. It would claim me. My scent would carry his. Even without the bite. He knew. And I knew. We stayed like that. Minutes? Hours? I don't fully remember. I passed out in his arms. When I woke up, he was gone. The door was open. The scent fading. Like smoke in rain. I touched my neck. Still damp, still burning. I waited for a message, a call, anything. But nothing came. He vanished. No voice, no scent, no trace. I checked the hallway. Nothing. I went to the cafe where we first met.
He never showed.
I even walked past his old building. The windows were dark. He was nowhere. And I was nothing again. I shouldn't have gone outside. But the cafe was close. Just 5 minutes. I thought maybe he wouldn't be there. Maybe I'd stop shaking if I pretended nothing ever happened. But he was there. Sitting by the window, his profile lit by sunlight, smiling, and she was there too. An omega, pretty, pale hands wrapped around a cup, her laughter small, soft, delicate, like petals falling. He was smiling at her, the way he never smiled at me. Something broke inside my chest. My body reacted before my mind could. My scent, sharp, bittersweet, leaked out too fast. Heat surged up my spine like a burn. My breath caught, knees trembled. No, not now, not here. I turned, heart thudding loud. I stumbled down the sidewalk, hand clutched to my neck. My gland pulsed like it knew what was coming. But I felt it. Before I heard anything, his scent slammed into me like a wave. Thick, feral. His rut had snapped. I ran. My vision blurred. People turned to stare. But I didn't care. My body betrayed me. My scent was bait. Then, a hand, strong, rough, grabbing my wrist. I was yanked back, slammed against a car door. It was him. His eyes burning gold now. His chest rose and fell like he couldn't breathe. He opened the passenger door. Get in. I shook my head. No. He grabbed me by the waist, lifted me, threw me in. Door slammed. Locks clicked. He got in beside me. The windows steamed instantly. My body twisted away, but the heat was too strong. His scent surrounded everything. Leather, air, skin. You in heat. I pressed against the farthest corner. You left me. His pupils dilated. His hands trembled, gripping the steering wheel, but he wasn't driving. Just breathing. Hard. You smell like mine. No. But then he was on top of me. His hand cupped the back of my neck. His weight heavy. His scent crushed me. And his mouth? It went straight to my gland. No asking. No warning. Just a bite. Sharp. Deep. Brutal. I screamed. My back arched. My vision went white. Not from pain, but from completion. The bond snapped in like a chain.
Tight. Permanent. Irrevocable.
My body gave up. Heat exploded inside me, his scent dragging it deeper. We collapsed together, our chests heaving. My tears soaked into his shirt. He didn't move, just held me. His breath trembled, his hands shaky, like he didn't expect it either. You bit me, I whispered, voice broken. He rested his forehead against mine. I had to. No, you didn't. He flinched, closed his eyes. I never stopped wanting you. The car was silent except our breathing. My scent swirled around us, tangled with his. I could feel it now. The bond, it pulsed in my chest. Warm, wrong, right. Everything. I waited, I said, teeth biting down on my lip. You disappeared. I thought, if I stayed away, you forget me. How could I? His hands shook as they brushed hair from my face. I saw you laugh with her. I smiled, he said softly, but I wasn't laughing. I turned my face away. I hate you. His voice cracked. I know. I didn't want this. He pulled me closer, pressed my face into his throat. But you needed it. I inhaled. His scent, raw, pure alpha, rushed through me like blood. And I hated how my body calmed. How the ache inside quieted. How I felt safe. You didn't even ask. I was losing control. You still should have asked. He nodded. I said I'm sorry. I looked at him, really looked, and I saw it, his eyes weren't just burning with rut. They were breaking. Do you regret it? I asked. No. That word landed heavy. Then silence. My hands curled into his shirt. The bond throbbed again, a low hum in the back of my mind. We were connected now. No escape. Not for him. Not for me. I can go back to how it was. I said. You don't have to. I pulled back, looked into his eyes. But what are we now? His answer came like breath over my lips. Mine. I wanted to scream. Shh. to cry, to disappear. Instead, I leaned forward and pressed my forehead to his chest. The bond hummed, and I stopped fighting. Just for a moment. They came at night. Two men in black suits.
Hold faces, hold voices.
Said nothing at first, just handed me a letter with gold trim. From her family, the Omega he laughed with. The one he smiled at. The one whose fingers touched his wrist like she already owned it. They said I ruined the engagement. That after he marked me, everything fell apart. That I was a disgrace. A mistake, a threat. Before I could scream, something sharp pricked my neck. My knees gave out. The floor hit too fast. Then darkness. When I woke, it was cold. Not normal cold. Heat suppressant cold. The kind that sinks into your bones and silences your body. I touched my throat. Still swollen from his bite. Still tender. But the room, no scent. No air. No heat. Just blank white walls. Smooth, empty. I couldn't smell myself. Couldn't feel anything. Like I didn't exist. That was the worst part. No scent. No him. I curled in the corner. Time passed like water dripping in stone. Slow. Sharp. I counted breaths. And every now and then, I prayed he wouldn't come. Because if he did, he see me like this. Weak. Trapped. But deeper inside me something else whispered. Come. Even if it meant ruin. Even if he saw me broken. Come. I was shaking. Not from fear. From absence. From emptiness. Then, the floor vibrated. Like footsteps pounding. The walls creaked. A noise far low. A growl. Feral. Dark. Not human. My body reacted first. Even with no scent in the room, my bond snapped awake. My gland pulsed. My heart thudded loud. I felt it. His scent crashing through the building like a storm. Pushing. Dominating. Walls couldn't hold it. My body collapsed to the floor, shaking. Not in fear. In recognition. In relief. He was here. And he was angry. Then, boom. The door exploded. Splinters. Screams. Raven walked through smoke. Eyes bloodshot. Knuckles red. His scent so thick, I could taste it on my tongue. Metal, rain, him. He looked like ruin. But when his eyes found me, he broke. He rushed to me, fell to his knees, pulled me into his arms. His voice was shaking. They touched you? I couldn't speak, just shook my head. He pressed his forehead to mine. You breathe me only. Then his hand cupped my neck. His gland rubbed mine. Friction. Contact. And my scent came back. Rushing. Exploding. The room filled with us. Like we were reclaiming space. His breath hitched. User mine. I nodded. Tears fell. He pressed closer. His scent forced out every trace of theirs. Every fake empty cold they locked me in. He wiped it away with just his skin. With just his existence. I collapsed against his chest. The bond burned again. Like it was reminding me, he would never let me go. His arms tightened. I burn the world, he whispered, before I let them take you again. And I believed him. Because I felt it. No one could touch me now. I belonged to his scent. I belonged to him. The room was dim. Curtains drawn. Window cracked open just a little. Letting in the cold breeze. I laid still. His arm was around my waist. Heavy. My back was pressed to his chest. I could feel the soft rhythm of his breath against my spine. He thought I was asleep. But I wasn't. Not really. My eyes were closed. But my mind was awake. Listening. And then I heard it. His voice low, almost shaking. You think I was happy with her? Silence. A long pause. Then, I just needed to make you come back. My fingers curled into the sheet. It wasn't a dream. I opened my eyes slowly. My vision blurry from something warm sliding down my cheek. Tears. I didn't wipe them. I turned my face slightly. Just enough for him to notice. He did. He froze behind me. You planned this? I asked. My voice wasn't loud. It cracked halfway. He didn't speak at first. But then he moved closer. Pressed his forehead to the back of my neck. I knew you said to never look at me again. My body tensed. So you made me jealous? His answer was too soft. I wanted you to feel something. Anything. Even if it was anger. I couldn't set breathe. I didn't set want to cry again. But the bond between us pulsed with heat. It throbbed like a second heartbeat. You could have just talked to me, I whispered. I didn't set know how. His hand slid over my hip, not in desire, in need, like he was afraid I'd disappear again. You left, I said. I watched, he said, every day. I turned fully, faced him. His eyes were red, not from rut, from regret. You watched? From across the street, from the cafe, from my car. My heart hurt. Not because he stalked me, but because I believed it, because I knew he would. He brushed his thumb under my eye. You smiled at the shopkeeper once. He murmured. I almost broke his window. That sip's insane. He nodded. I know, but it sits real. His hand moved up, touched my neck, pressed gently over my gland. It pulsed under his fingers. I marked you, he said. His voice was firm now. But I sit in yours too. I stared. I don't not tone you. He shook his head. You do. I didn't set forgive you. He didn't set ask me to. But his gaze dropped. I just needed you back, he whispered. Even if you hate me. My chest caved in. Everything about him was wrong.
Possessive. Twisted.
Obsessive. But it was also the only thing that ever made me feel wanted. Truly. Deeply. Painfully. I sat up. He followed, arms still around me. I didn't set pull away. He buried his face in my shoulder. I shall never leave again, he said. I believed him. Even if I shouldn't set. My voice was soft. I still hate you. I know. But I can sit leave either. His hold tightened. The bond between us thrummed like a string pulled too tight. His scent wrapped around me again. Warm, bitter, familiar. And for the first time, I let it. I didn't set forgive him. But I never left again.